What's up, everybody? Joshua Fish Stewart here, bringing you a great video. Look at all these nice, beautiful fish behind me. Yes, you'll be able to see them today. First and foremost, thank you for all the great comments that you've been leaving, the subscribers, the likes, everything. I really appreciate it. So, what I'll do is I'll show you more fish. If that's what you like to see, we're gonna do our, God, why did I blank? Our fish room or tour video. I guess I don't have a room of fish anymore, but fish room tour. I hope you guys like it. Stay tuned, and you're gonna see some weird but definitely cool living arrangements and different fish that you didn't know work together or might work, or whoever the case may be. So I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a second. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No, we're not starting with the 700 gallon. We'll start over here, baby. So look, I got the Higer in the middle, my two power heads right there, and everything out of nowhere disappeared out of this tank. Okay, my Green Terror, it has grown a lot actually, and since I took my black belts out, it's almost the boss of the tank, like real quickly. Let's see. My Senegal Bichir. I want to get some more of these, but I don't know. Can two go in the same? This is like the maxed out size. And he's not a foot. Like he's probably like a solid 8 inches. He's maxed out. So, who knows? Do I want to get a big one? Let me know. I've seen some. Do I want to get the ones that grow like 2 feet? Leave it in the comments below. I got my Tret cichlids. My Gourami, my gold Gourami. These guys are old. Like, for their lifespan. I think Gouramis only live to like 3 to 5 years. And I think it's pushing 4. Oh, is that why you're breathing hard? Oh, dang. I might have jinxed myself. Okay, I hope that's not how it worked. Let's see. My Jaguar cichlid came out. I cannot wait till it's bigger. I've always wanted big ones. And I always lost, well, not always lost them, but I had one that was like 10 inches. But that was before I started my YouTube channel. And then it died of old age, I think. Because it was big when I got it, I believe. Yeah, so long ago. Anyways, more Tret cichlids. I got the heater on. Maybe they'll start to breed again. But, well, especially because there's nothing in here. Like, that's my big male right there. That's a solid fish, too. They're maxed out. They got nothing in here that's really a threat to them. So there's the male and the female. But that is the king of the tank right there. And this male is a little bit bigger than that one. So I kind of demolished this tank, getting the black belt cichlids out. So it just stayed. I have a bristlenose pleco in there. And I think that's it. Besides this Gourami, I thought I had another one. I thought I did. I don't know what happened to it. If it died, it must have got eaten up. But yeah, this is everything inside my 220. I like this tank, but I don't. Because it's like a display tank, so it's super tall. And it's only like 18 inches deep. It's not that deep at all. So, it's good for smaller fish, but not good for monsters. Like if you want your fish that don't get any bigger than around 8 inches, it's a great tank. I do want to put some more plants in here. I probably will. I always stick with the Nubius because it's easy to grow. They don't ever die for me. And they can, they're easy to grow, they don't ever die, and my fish don't seem to go after them. So, I mean, there's holes here, but that's for my black belt cichlids. So now that they're not in there, I'll just add more. The only thing is, these lights suck. They're just strictly white. So I get a lot of algae on things, and sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna take that one out and move it. And then, yeah. So, all right, this is the 220. We're gonna move on to the 240. So within this 0.5 second break, go grab you something to drink. All right, we're here at the 240. I love this angle because this is the clearest angle. I just filtered up doing a water change, and it's raining outside, so I was like, I'll just film and then go from there. So we have in this tank angelfish, a golden severum, we have 3 peacock bass, we have 2 Orinoco, and I believe this one is the bigger one. It is the Temensis, I think. Yeah, I believe so. They look kind of different. And I was looking it up, and it looks like a baby Temensis. But then since I really don't know, it's hard to tell. So I have that arowana, which is one of the smaller ones in here. More angelfish. I do have my clown loach army in here. Now, this one is the bigger one. It did pick one off. It might have picked 2 of them off. There's my other peacock bass right there. It might have picked 2 of them off. So, of course, they weren't supposed to stay in here long term. Not by any means. I wasn't supposed to get clown loaches, but I just started getting them, and I really like them. And I didn't know that my bass were going to grow big that fast. So, and you can see the clown loaches come out. So this is a cool, weird tank. And the bass don't really go after them, especially if I'm right here. If I go away or don't feed them or whatever the case may be, they'll go after them. So it's weird. But they definitely are going to be moving out of here. I think they're going to go into the 220. Or they're going to go into the 700 gallon. I'm not sure. In that 700 gallon, I was going to do some weird stuff in there. I did want to do an all Dovai tank. I did want to do huge monster fish. And, I mean, there are going to be some monsters. Eventually, the arowana are going to go in there. The bass is going to go in there sooner than we know it. The severum might be able to hang in there because it is a cichlid. So I think it should be able to hang in there with my black belts. It's small and I'll have to wait a while. But who knows? I think severums get like at least 9 inches. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have anything in the 700 gallon right now. Oh, actually the black belts get like 13, 14 inches. But who knows? My other arowana, and I love it. My bass follow me. It's crazy. They're a really interesting type of fish. Predators, but skittish, but are so attentive. And there's the other bass right here. That's the only bass that eats pellets. These two don't eat pellets. It's weird. So I throw pellets in for everything else. Flakes in there. That one will eat it. Those two won't. So hopefully I can get them on pellets, but who knows. My arowana eats pellets. That's my biggest one right there. And I purposely got them this small so that way they can live in here for a while. I didn't want to get a big old 6-inch arowana and then not have a place for it, or it grows way too fast and it messes up my timeline of stuff. My big angel. And see, my clown loaches swim freely. Nobody's really messing with them. It's just the newer, smaller ones that I got I know they got picked off. These were my original ones, the bigger ones, and they've grown really fast. Also, I did not know that clown loaches are omnivores, which means they eat meat and veggies. I did not know that. So when I put fish in here, whether it's tilapia or shrimp, they go after it and they smack it too. And I'm like, I didn't know you guys could do that. I thought they were, I didn't know that at all. Oh, see, they still do kind of hunt. And so that's why I had to take them out. But the clown loaches don't back down at all. This is the coolest thing in the world. And this is why I film and do this stuff, because nobody takes the chance or have the time or whatever to film and show you this stuff, because I think it's really cool. I do have more of them in here. There's probably about 2 more around there, because I know I lost some, the small ones anyways. There's one down in there. That's a bigger one. Yeah, so I know I lost the smaller ones. I have plants all through here. I think these are a type of crypt. I don't know what that one is. That's a tiny whatever it is. More crypts. And Anubias back there. I think that's the type of Anubias too. I'm bad with plants. I'm sorry. I'm not a plant guy, but I like them in my tanks. So I guess I gotta learn. Oh, there's a small one right there. But yeah, so hopefully, we get these guys moved probably within the month or next month, depending how they grow. If I can keep them fed and my clown loaches keep on growing and whatever the case may be, because I do want to wait just a tad bit. I want them to get a little bit bigger, but it's risking my clown loaches. So if they can get a little bit bigger and not eat my clown loaches, that's a huge win, and I can put them in the 700 gallon so they can just take off from there. And then my arowana will stay in here. My arowana will stay in here until they get at least a foot. And we're talking, they're a foot, and hopefully all of this is planted. And my clown loaches are at least, 3-4 inches. If they get 3-4 inches, I don't think my arowana will eat them. While my arowana are only, a foot. Hopefully. I keep my tanks well fed anyway, so yeah. Oh, and as you can see, all the brown. You see right there? You guys got to see that? That's super cool. I don't think he was going for the clown loaches. I think he or she, whatever, was just going to clear them out of the way and see if there's food. This is going to be super interesting. So I hope you're subscribed so you can watch all this cool stuff. All right? Like I was saying, I hate these lights. And they're super cheap and they're inexpensive. And they work. But it's so much white light that just algae's everywhere. I don't mind too much algae, but I don't want it all through my sand. I don't want it to, overdo on my plants like that one back there, which is not dying, but it's not growing either. So it was doing great in the 220. And then I moved it because I needed more plants and I was rotating stuff. And I planted it there. And it's not dying, but it's not growing. So who knows? A lot of these crypts are taking off. You see that one back there is super tall. They're starting to reach for the light, and these are fairly new. These are reaching for the light. That one back there, which is great. This one that's growing. That one in the back, these are the ones I put in first, right here. And that one too is real small. And they're growing a lot. So hopefully they should start having runners. And I want to fill in all that. So, yeah. I think that's it. Oh, I do have a long fin bristlenose pleco in here that only comes out at night. I thought the bass ate it, but I seen it out. So that's cool. Eventually, when I get the bass out of here, I do want to put another one in here because maybe I can get some breeding action happening. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, this is the 240 planted angelfish bass arowana clown loach tank, which I think I might add discus, but that's after the bass. So yeah. And since you're still here, the main attraction, which actually people are like, whoa, that's big. And they liked all the bigger fish, the monsters I had before ick. If you didn't know I had ick and lost almost everything in this tank, go check out my channel and my other videos and just see the battle I just went through with ick. It was crazy, it was hard. I lost a lot of fish that I had before I moved here. Yeah, it sucks. But let's talk about the fish I do have. Well, let's talk about the tank first. 700 gallons, 10 feet by 3 feet by 4 feet roughly. It's a little over 700 gallons. I have a 120 gallon tank that I turned into a sump. Pipes are going down there. Well, the water, it overflows in the back of these, comes down on either side. 2 pumps in there, pulls the water and pushes it back. So it's pulling through the filter pads, and I have different course sizes in there as well. And then it comes back up through there. I do have, I can't remember what they're called, but basically when the power shuts off or I turn the filters off or whatever down in here, the pressure coming back closes the valves, so that way it doesn't overflood. So yeah, you got to think about things when you build that. I did it in the beginning and it turned out really bad. Let's get to the fish. Well, let's just look at the tank still. You can see all the fish in here, but I had this pea gravel and I really like it in this tank, so I'm gonna put more and cover the rest of that. It's not gonna be that thick. It's probably a ½ inch. So I'm gonna do all of that, and it looks a whole lot better. Like if you stop here, it looks really cool. So I do have more plants I'm gonna put down into the ground. Well, it's gonna be kind of difficult, but I'm gonna put them like, put them there, put them between the rocks and stuff like that. Maybe when I put rocks on this side, push something all the way up against the glass and then have it grow there as well. Oh, here you go. This tank did have a leak, and I had to put the acrylic sealant on there. I had 2 pieces of acrylic that came with the tank for something else, and I broke them off, and it was leaking from right here, and then that side was kind of weak, so I did that, and it's holding. So I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, if I ever have to take this tank down, then it's gonna get thrown away. Like, I'm not taking this tank down ever again in my life. And when I move from this house, when I sell it, this tank is staying here because it was ridiculous. This stand, I didn't go over that. This stand is 40 inches tall. So this tank stands at probably like 6 feet tall, if not max 6'2". And I like these because I'm filming around mouth level and you can see it. You don't have to hunch over and do all that stuff. So that's why I build all my stands, except for this one, because this tank is tall. I built that one short. I built that one tall so you can see everything. Sorry for the mess, right? Okay, whatever. Let's get into the fish. We have our golden dorado, which that made it, which I'm so happy it made it. My frontosa, I did have 4. I now have 1, but I didn't lose them to ick. Well, I lost all of them to ick, but it wasn't when the big traumatic experience happened. black belt cichlid. I have 3 of those, and they did come from the 220. My giant red-tailed Grommy, which is kind of going through it right now. I didn't know that you had, there we go. It's kind of going through it right now with the tattered fins, but I don't ever see anybody go after it. They pretty much behave when I'm around here because they know they're getting fed. So any damage you see is coming from that guy. And so far, again, go back and watch my other videos and you see that I don't just do random stuff. It is random in the beginning, but then I see how behavior is and I go from there. My Golden Dorado only chases. So if it presses you and you stay still, it doesn't bother you. That's why that Oscar was able to live and be in there. And that Oscar wasn't as big as it was when it was in there with the Golden Dorado. But what South American and North American cichlids, just basically any American cichlid that gets big, they don't really run. They just kind of lay over or turn their back to the fish, and it makes the fish, for the most part, just nudge them and move by. So that's what I've noticed that's happening. So anything pretty big that doesn't move around quickly, it leaves alone. I have a black bar silver dollar right there, and the silver dollar runs and the Golden Dorado chases. So even this little guy right here, this is the smallest fish I have in the tank, this black belt. Watch, nothing. So everything looks pretty good in the tank. I think that's all the fish except for my monster right here, my 2-foot long African lungfish. This is my favorite fish. Like, look at it. Okay, this is great. Now remember, the tank is a little over 3 feet. Look at that. Beautiful. And people said I wasn't going to be able to put him in with other fish. I don't get it. He doesn't go after, even new fish he doesn't go after. Or she, whatever it is. But, yeah. So, even though I lost a whole bunch of fish, I'm excited for what's new and what's to come. Let me know what else I should add in this tank. Everything in here eventually is going to go in there except for these Tret cichlids. Maybe I will. I think I'm going to pull all that pottery out and maybe put it in this corner so they have places to hide and everything. And then maybe I'll put discus in here or something that's going to be super big and broad and doesn't get that long. Yeah. Oh, I think also the peacock bass are eventually going to be put in here, but I do also think that the Golden Dorado is going to chase them, and I don't want that. Because the bass don't really stay and fight from what I've seen on people's channels. Unless they're really big, then they try to fight back. But they normally run and they'll chase it. So I'm thinking I'll add some other stuff if I can before the peacock bass. And then if not, we'll just have to keep a close eye on it and, you know, hope for the best. So, all right, everybody. I hope you liked that fish room tour. It's actually one of the smallest and shortest ones that I've ever done. Most of the time, I used to have like 13 tanks. So it's weird only showing 3. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you don't hate the selection of fish. I hope you look at this video like, oh wow, I didn't know that stuff can go together, and want to be along for the journey. So I thank you for everybody for watching, from liking and subscribing. I love the comments. Keep them going, and I'll see you in the next video.